Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fish Tank. Now, a lot has happened since I last saw you guys. I had to choose just one thing, so even though there was a lot revealed at the Sony press meeting about their new consoles, I don't really want to talk about that right now. What I want to talk about is PAX West. PAX West was great. It's basically like the E3 for the public, basically. But there's a lot more indie games, and there were so many games, so many things I want to talk about this game, but I don't limit myself to 10 things. And that was still too much. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna talk about 10 games, but rather than going into depth about each of these 10 games, because that would be a long video, I'm gonna limit myself to just 30 seconds. 30 seconds to quickly talk about a game and then move on to the next one. And so that there's no favoritism here, I'm doing this in alphabetical order of these 10 games. So just sit back, get ready, and let's get started. So first up, we have Burly Men at Sea. Now this game, just go back to your childhood a little bit. Go back to story time before bed. Your mom opens up that book. She's reading you a story. You're looking at the pictures. That's what this game is. You look at this game and it's just so clean. The art is so great. I can't believe it. And it just seems it's gonna be such a heartwarming little adventure story that I just wanna dive right into and find out more about these burly men at sea. I mean, what more can you ask for? All right, so next up we have a game that one of my friends is working on. So Gamergate, get ready just to tear this apart. This game is called Hob. It's a great little game from the people who made Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2. Great series. This game is very different from that. This is more like an adventure game, almost kind of like a Zelda-esque, but then you're rebuilding this world. It's very explorative. There's not a whole lot of narrative. You just kind of enjoy this game for the look of it, the feel. That's all I can say. Another one that people have been talking about all the time is Mr. Shifty. Now this game, the quickest way to sum it up is just take Hotline Miami and Nightcrawler and put them in one, and that's it. Basically, it allows you to teleport just a little bit, and it drives you to be really assertive and really aggressive, whereas Hotline Miami, you almost like kind of wanted to sit back. This one just drives you forward and keeps everything fast-paced and fun. Like, that's it. A game I've been ecstatic about, Pyar. This game, from the guys who did Bastion and Transistor, another beautiful, stunning game. Another game that combines multiple genres. So this game, it's a sports game, it's an RPG, it's a text-based adventure, it's incredible. And it's beautiful. The fact that you just kind of enjoy as much story as you want. You can shape the story to be your own. Probably one of my greatest VR experiences ever, Rick and Morty Simulator. Basically imagine Job Simulator and put Rick and Morty on it. That's pretty much what it is. It's from the same creators of Job Simulator, so it makes sense. But you feel like you're in that world. It's amazing how cartoon hands immediately feel like your own. You feel like you're in this world. I want to go back and I want to stay in that world. I can't get enough of it. I don't even know what to say anymore. So next up we have Secret Legend, an adorable game about an adorable little fox. It was probably one of the most beautiful games I saw at PAX. This is pretty much a Zelda game. You explore, you pretty much can go any way you want. Whether or not you die is up to you. But it's got this own new language and these collectibles that are like an old instruction booklet from like an old game. And it's just fun to piece it apart, like figure out kind of what this world is, figure out the story, and just fight your way. Thimbleweed Park. Not enough has been said about this game, and I'm sorry for that. Thimbleweed Park, I love adventure games. This is an adventure games. Like if you played any of those old adventure games on your PC back in the 90s or earlier, these are those kind of games. Like, it's bringing it back for everyone. It's got humor, it's got beautiful sprites. It's just something that you want to sit down, enjoy, go through the story. I never knew I wanted a game about a bard where all you do is sing people's problems away. And now that's all I want. Wandersong is this great game. It's just so happy-go-lucky. The writing is spot on, written and created by the same guy. It's just a team of 3 people, 2 musicians, 1 guy doing everything else. This game is a lot more than I ever thought I wanted from a bard game. It's great. Wandersong, go play it. Another one of my favorite VR experiences for a different reason. This is probably the best multiplayer VR game I ever played. It's the only game where I really felt like I was playing with other people. It immediately puts you in the circle with other people, and you can lean towards the other, and if they lean towards you, only you guys can whisper to each other, no one else hears you guys. And it was just crazy that like you immediately felt like, oh, okay, this person's now a guy with a burly beard. I feel like this is real life now. Now for a game I thought I wouldn't like, only because I live in Portland and I get tired of the Portland is weird thing. Y2K is like a postmodern RPG, and it's great. Like you use a hair flip to cut down trees, you can send out a cat to retrieve obstacles, and the fighting mechanic is very much like Paper Mario, where it's very active, and so you have to like actively participate in the fighting. It's not just turn-based. It's more than that. And I guess that's it. I'm sorry that if you didn't get to hear as much as you wanted to about these games. If you want to find out more, just go check these games out. All these games are incredible, and I wish I could talk more about them, but the fact that this would be like a 3-hour-long video if I wanted to talk about all these games, it'd be absurd. You wouldn't want to watch that. So for more from NerdMuch, please follow us on Twitter at NerdMuchCom. You can also find us on Facebook via the description below. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this week. I'll see you next time. So I realized while talking about Werewolves Within, I didn't actually describe what the game is. Pretty much the game is everyone's in a circle and someone's a werewolf or 2 people are a werewolf, and you're trying to like vote on the werewolf and kill them off, but if you're the werewolf you want to survive. And I was the werewolf every time, and I survived 2 out of 3 times, so I think that's pretty good. You guys should play that game.